Please subscribe to my channel. I want 10,000 subscribers. Thanks. I'm going to share a tip today that is one of the most simple tips, but it can really help your spey casting if you're struggling, especially if you're struggling with line stick on the water. I often share the casting arc or angle, which is 2 to 10, okay? 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock, where we begin our forward stroke at 2 o'clock, and then we accelerate to a positive stop at 10. Boop, okay? But one thing that you can do that may make it easier for you, and this isn't even the tip, this is just something that needs talked about, is a couple of the best casters I know of or know personally, namely Steve Rajeff and Zach Williams, who is a two-handed caster, tournament caster and guide. He can do it all. Is they have a shorter casting arc as it pertains to the 2 o'clock part. Steve Rajeff talks about from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, okay? Zach Williams doesn't have a flat layback like I do, yet he casts like 180 feet. The guy is a machine. So that's number one. If 2 to 10 is too much, you're getting too much stick and it's difficult, try 1 to 10 or 2 to, wait a minute. You get what I'm saying. Don't lay it back so far. Point it up at 1 o'clock and stop here. Or another thing that will help if you have a shorter back casting stroke is to lengthen your forward stroke like this, and then have your follow through going through a little bit as you do your forward stroke, like you were throwing a dart, like this. Pew, okay? Back and pew. That's one thing that might help. Experiment, it depends on the length of the line. Number 2, now this is the tip that might really help you if you're struggling. Let's forget all about where our arms, hands are positioned. Let's forget all that for just a second, and let's address what may be a critical element that might be tripping you up, and that is this. Okay, after you sweep, try poking a hole in the sky with your rod tip. That's a great tip, and when I was learning to cast longer lines, that was my only hope. Sweep around, I probably was way out here. Sweep around and poke a hole in the sky before you cast. And if you think that won't work with Skagit lines, watch Deck Hogan cast Skagit lines. He sweeps back and then he lifts really high, drifts up high, and casts. So that might be something that will get you from your sticking point, is to sweep and then poke a hole in the sky and then cast. Try that and see if it helps. It really is a helpful tip. It will help you trying to cast longer lines. If you're getting too much line stick with your Skagit, poke a hole in the sky and try that. You can always start off over exaggerated, and then you can come down. Then you can get your hands in the box. Then you can, you'll get used to it, and then you'll have to do it less and less to where you won't have to think about it. But I strongly suggest that. I'll try to pull off a cast or two and show you what it might look like. I have worked a long time for a lot of reps trying to get my casting stroke really flat. I cast really flat. And I don't even recommend it. That's just how I want to cast. I want a long casting stroke that comes back here, flat. And also, when I jet my hand out here like this, that is a grounding point for me. When I get lost, I always A, keep my elbow in tight, and B, poke my bottom hand out. I drift with my bottom hand. Okay. okay? A little with my top for my style that I'm trying to protect, perfect, and protect, okay? Okay, I'm gonna poke a hole in the sky. Okay, that'll help you to keep your, it'll help you to keep your bottom leg of your D-loop off the water so you have less stick. And sometimes it works because you poke the hole in the sky at the end of your sweep. Try that. See if that gets you over a hump, a little sticking point in your progress. What you don't want to do is have a short forward stroke. You know, you don't want to go like this. Sweep, poke a hole in the sky, short stroke. Okay, that made an underhand, that made a terrible loop. So when you are poking the hole in the sky, circle up. Pretend like you're drawing the bottom of that D-loop with your rod tip. Whoop. Only, 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, 10 o'clock. When you're poking a hole in the sky, you might find out you can sweep slower as you're drawing that D-loop. "13-foot 9-inch angler's roost, 500 grain Rio Skagit short, 168 grain OPST riffle sink tip." It's community time for guys that usually comment and stuff. I really appreciate the comments. That's just great. Really appreciate that. If you guys could help me by, there's gonna be a link in the description for Boggs boots, because that's the only thing I'm wearing that I can link to Amazon. Not Boggs boots, but you want to buy something on Amazon, if you use my link, I'll get paid for it. The other thing is, this jacket, it's a KUIU, and it's a really sweet jacket. And I think I do have an affiliate with that. I'll try to leave a link for it. The beauty of this jacket is it's got these holes right here, and I can put my arms when I'm fishing, put my hands in holes, and they match right up with the pocket in my waders. So it's a sweet jacket, and it makes me look thin, and I'm not thin, so I like that. Here's what I would appreciate, guys. Love the comments, so I love that. Thank you. Thanks for the views and the comments and the thumbs up. I really am thankful and appreciate that. Would you guys let me know what you like, as far as what can I advertise in the link in the description below from Amazon or some other place that might have an affiliate program, such as what kind of sunglasses do you prefer? What would you recommend to other fishermen for, protection, or to not look like a dork, or whatever? Polarized sunglasses. What looks good? What works good for you in the realm of polarized sunglasses for seeing in the water, for sun protection? What kind of fishing gear? Do you like the Able nippers? Should I suggest those to somebody who wants the best pair of nippers? Or do you like the Dr. Slick nippers? Should I recommend those? What kind of stuff do you guys like? What lines do you prefer? Do you like the Rio Skagit Max? The Rio Skagit Short Max? I love the Rio Scandi Versatip system, or you can buy the Rio Scandi short body. Those are an excellent, you can either touch and go or you can Skagit cast with them. It does both. Maybe not both perfectly, but for most fishing situations, for a really sweet, easy to cast line system that you can fish with, Rio Scandi short Versatip, I love that. So I'm gonna try to put a whole bunch of links in the description, and I wanna hear from you what you might like. I might be able to link up to some Gale Force products, but I prefer that you buy those through Poppy, because those really help him and his family out up there in Idaho. And if the rest of this world was like the Poppy family, we would have a great nation on our hands. They are the salt of the earth people, and I really want to support them. They've been a real blessing to the Spey community, and I would love to support them. So if you're gonna buy Gale Force, buy it from Poppy. If he doesn't have it, then I'll try to provide you with a link so that I can get paid for promoting Gale Force products. Okay? It's as simple as that. I make no bones about it. So throw me a bone, you bonehead.